Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. Today, as you guys can see up on the screen, I wanted to talk a little bit about Sofi Technologies Incorporated. This is ticker symbol SOFI. For those of you who are maybe not as familiar with this stock or with this company, and today was quite the day for Sofi. You can see here up 28.39% in just a single day. Pretty much right at open. They were already up to 728 after closing at 641 yesterday. So, 9:30 a.m. we knew it was looking like it was going to be a crazy day, but are those gains going to hold? Are they going to increase? Are they going to stay stable? Are they going back down? Who knows? And obviously they went up. Even just from open to close, this thing was up like 13%. So altogether 28.39% in the day, and overall today was a good day in the stock market. Dow Jones was up a decent amount, S&P up pretty big, Nasdaq up over 2.5%, Russell up 1.41%. So a green day in the market for sure. A good day. Money was flowing, things were going up, things were on the rise, but obviously none of the major indices were up anything near 28%. So there's a lot of SoFi specific stuff going on, and I mean you can see right here, Q2 earnings call. So apparently there was some good news from that. But we'll be getting into everything SoFi in this video today. First up, I want to talk about this. SoFi News is hilarious at SoFi. Apparently SoFi News put out this meme of SoFi awarding SoFi. They're doing this whole thing, and then we can see February down, March down, April, May, June, July down, but August we're up 28%. We're celebrating, we're going crazy. Very just a self-aware, hilarious meme coming from SoFi themselves, which is just cool. That's just good marketing, good branding, that especially with the younger audience, that's going to bring people in, that's going to make people at least think positively about your brand. And I mean, it's spot on. Year to date, we're down 47.51%, and that's including this 28.39% jump. I mean, 28.39% in a day, that's a huge jump. That should be noticeable on the graph or whatever. And you look at this, and yeah, I mean, this little tail at the end, it is noticeable, but even with this tail, we get to 823, and we are at 823, I don't know, in April, it looks like. I mean, just a couple months ago, and still, even from there, even from 823, we'd still be down, obviously, like 45%, 50%, somewhere in there. So yeah, not all that crazy. I mean, it is crazy to get all that back in one day is insane. But obviously people who have been invested in SoFi for 8 months plus, which is actually a decent amount of people. SoFi was very, very popular in the second half of 2021. There's a ton of people out there that have $15 cost bases, that have $20 cost bases for SoFi. So it going from $7 to $8, yeah, it's awesome for people who got in at 5, 6, 7, 482, whatever. But for some people, not all that crazy. But yeah, it is possible that within the last couple of months that you've seen almost a double of SoFi. I mean, where was the bottom of this thing? The bottom of this thing looks like it was in May. So from May to August, it's doubled up, or not quite doubled up, but close to doubled up. That's pretty impressive, pretty crazy. Bulls on parade, everybody showing off their SoFi gains today. This guy with a ton of SoFi calls, seeing 90, 260, 90, 28% gains. That is obviously very, very cool to see, because obviously there's been a ton of losses posted on the SoFi subreddit over the course of the year. It's been hard to be green, so when we finally do see a massively green day, people are going to be celebrating. This tweet, do you guys think this was a lot of institutional buyers today, or just a lot of retail and shorts covering? 146 million shares traded today. That marks the fourth largest intraday trading volume SoFi has seen all time. That this wasn't all retail. A lot of big money was flowing in today. So obviously, if big money saw the SoFi earnings report, saw what they liked, they started funneling in. That could be some long-term, sustainable money, or money that's going to stay in. Hopefully, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, just the sheer volume going on in SoFi was very, very crazy. And again, fourth highest volume day of all time. And you can see how far off we are from all-time highs. I mean, we are still, down like 60, 70% from all-time highs or something like that. I don't know what Google's going to say from here. Down 64%, and that's not even from the all-time high. That's just down from a pretty high point. So yeah, the fact that we're still down that much and still seeing really, really high volumes, and also getting high volumes on this upward movement, kind of confirming a lot of this upward movement, I think is a very good sign for SoFi overall. We have this quote saying that the bank charter could not have come at a better time. Operating and financial results are just starting. Strong growth in SoFi Money members with industry-leading APY. I really think the industry-leading APY is so sick. Having the, I don't know, what is it, 1.8, 1.9% APY when you have direct deposit, even on a checking account for SoFi, that's insane. That's going to get you so many new members, and I'm pretty sure it already is getting them so many new members. That is such a big thing. I've been saying this is such a big thing since like February or whatever when they started increasing their APY. This is huge. I can't believe more people aren't talking about this, but people are definitely noticing. Growth in balances has accelerated. It took 3 years to accumulate our first billion and just 3 months to grow another 1.6 billion. High quality and stickiness of deposits is demonstrated by approximately 80% of deposits being from direct deposit. That's huge. And the reason why they're getting so many direct deposits got to be thanks in large part to that APY, because to get the full APY, you got to be on direct deposit. It is a no-brainer what they're doing. It's a great way to get money. It's a great way to keep money. And it's a great way to get recurring investments and deposits and whatever. Lower the cost of funding for loans and pass on the savings to SoFi's loans. The difference in deposit cost of funding and warehouse cost of funding was approximately 100 basis points in Q2. Difference will continue to grow. Increase in deposit funding allows increased flexibility to capture net interest margin and optimize return, giving a critical advantage in this macro uncertainty. The power and the financial benefit of the bank is demonstrated clearly. So, some really, really big kind of things coming already from the bank charter that was like done in February. I think it might have been confirmed in like April or May or finished up, finalized. This is the first kind of real quarter where we're starting to see that in action. But it also gets people really, really excited for Q3 and Q4 of 2022 and 2023, which could be a huge, insane year for SoFi. So people are excited for the future all of a sudden, and obviously the stock price reflects that. Analyst discussing SoFi. SoFi up 11% in pre-market on beat, and I didn't mean to click on this. On beat and raise results, key analyst comments are available. Following some anticipation so far this year, it was nice to see a strong beat and raise by SoFi with strength across the board and a nice increase to the fiscal year guidance. Also, SoFi, or not SoFi exactly, but related to SoFi, Robinhood is laying off a quarter of its staff. Obviously, this is a good thing for SoFi. Robinhood has been increasing their margin interest, which is also good for SoFi, and now laying off people. It shows that Robinhood's not in the best shape. If Robinhood continues to have trouble, SoFi is going to be able to snatch up some of their people. Obviously, SoFi is trying to grow, especially in the younger market. Robinhood has a death grip on a lot of the younger millennial Gen Z like investor types. Getting them into SoFi Invest away from Robinhood is going to be a huge key. And Robinhood's platform and their features and stuff just seems like it's gotten worse and worse and worse throughout 2022. SoFi seems to be getting better, so that's a huge opportunity. We also have the SoFi Q2 earnings. What's going on? Why did the stock jump so much? We had record GAAP and adjusted net revenue for second quarter of 2022. GAAP net revenue of $363 million, up 57%. $356 million record adjusted net revenue, up 50% year over year. Adjusted EBITDA of $20 million, up 81% year over year. New member adds of over 450,000. Quarter end total members up 69% year over year to 4.3 million. New product ads of over 702,000. Quarter end total products up 79%. And management raises full year 2022 guidance. So much good news. So much good stuff. We have this guy putting out a couple things here as well. Member and products. He says SoFi continued with about 70% member growth and increased product member ratio from 1.516 to 1.52. Lending, looks like there is some decrease in revenue per member in this quarter, even though SoFi has the bank now. Q2 last year also showed some decline in revenue per member, so maybe the issue is just a bunch of smaller loans in the quarter. We don't know for sure. It also appears that SoFi has managed to bump up revenue per member in FS, which is great. Financial services. This quarter was the second best quarter of revenue per member in financial services, behind only Q2 of 2021. Technology platform. This one is interesting. A lot are disappointed due to the slow member growth. It is true that it is somewhat disappointing, but the ratio of revenue per member spiked. Maybe it has to do with Technisys adding revenue, but it is still a decent spike of 72 cents per account in the quarter. We have deposits. This is something I added 2 days ago to keep track of. Noto mentioned in the call that SoFi is taking market share from the big banks. Makes sense with their low APY, but this table shows how much faster SoFi is growing deposits compared to Ally and Lending Club. These are the two I considered somewhat similar to SoFi, so I made the comparison to them. If you have any other competitors, I don't mind adding. And we can see that SoFi, the growth is 134%. Ally looks like growth is negative, 1.46%. And Lending Club, growth of just 13.83%. So SoFi with explosive growth, especially when compared to some of its competitors. We have the guidance and beat. SoFi always seems to guide lowish and then bump up, which is what I would always prefer to see. Looks like they usually put around 10% buffer between their guidance and what the results end up being. And this is the last table for member splits. So yeah, a lot of people doing, all kinds of analysis and putting the numbers together in more digestible ways and everything like that. And finally, the last big announcement, options functions are coming by year end. says Noto in the 8-2 earnings call. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Let me drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate that so much. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about SOFI. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe, stay up to date on all my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.